Welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm for episode 11 with me, MrSealyp. It's early morning, it's day 2, midsummer. Say day 2, whatever day we're on now, but it's day 2 of summer. It is midsummer. It's just gone 5:15 in the morning, but the sun is coming up, and I have got work to do. A few things have gone wrong. Well, say a few things, not too many, but there are a couple of things that I have done I need to show you. I've moved on to the second day of summer because I did everything I could do the other day. Is there a way out of here? A gate out the back or something? Nope. I'll just have to jump the fence. There we go. I have bought a shelter. This is the solar shed, I think it is. The solar shed, yeah. This is by TyKonKet. This it's a fair enough size actually. I can get some larger vehicles underneath this as well, which is going to be quite helpful. And this produces solar power, and I think it's £60 an hour. I think you'll make back on it. Downside, it wasn't cheap to buy. As you can see, my money's gone down again. Plus, I got clobbered overnight for my vehicle running costs again. But I can't do a lot about that. That's just the way it is. Because I've got it on a 3-day cycle, if that was spread over a much longer period, if I was doing the longer cycles, that amount of money would be spread over a much longer period. So it's just the way it works out. So yeah, I've got the shelter. What I did also do was go over to field 56A because that was ready for spreading, spraying, whatever we're going to do. So the Terra variant went over with the spraying rig. And I set a worker. That was a bad move. You'll see why in a moment. I'm going to take over the T8. This isn't going to be pretty, and it's probably not going to be how it would be done in real life. There will probably be lots of winching and mucking around, and Unfortunately, I think on PC there's I don't know if you get winches, but I know there was, saw a while back, there's a chain mod you can put on the front, you can attach to other vehicles to pull things out and all that kind of thing. So I think you're getting an idea of what the problem might be. So my next growth stage of my soybeans is all rather wonderful. So it's ready for spraying. The worker turned around at the end of the field. I knew this was always going to be an issue, especially with seeding and stuff like that, because it was quite an undulating field, but my worker has managed to wedge the Terra variant, kind of cross-axled it. Well, if they cross-axled, it's not cross-axled. I think the back rig here has caught up on here, and the front is wedged there, and I can't get any traction. Now maybe, I suppose what I could have done was bought the toolbox and changed to the standard wheels, but if I turn this on now, you watch, you'll move now. Oh, we are stuck. So, it just needs a bit of a nudge. I say a bit of a nudge. Don't know how much of a nudge, but hopefully just a bit, without damaging anything too much. Hopefully. Absolutely no difference at all. Okay, I need to get this out. Maybe winching would have been the best idea, or maybe even the telehandler with the pallet forks. Let's swing this right round then, don't I? Gently does it. There we go. We're free at last. Okay, well that was a bit of a mistake. Now, where did it spray to? I've got to work this out as well. Would help if I actually had the right attachment. There we go. Right, so let's open this back up and I'll finish off the spraying myself. That's probably all for the best. Did most of the field, no problem at all. Can't believe we got caught up there, but what can you do? Now while I'm finishing off this last little bit, I'll say a little bit about me. I don't often talk about me. I mean, I do talk a lot, but not always about me. I'm quite into bushcraft and the outdoors and that kind of stuff, and got all sorts of kit and weird and wonderful stuff, and I follow quite a few different YouTubers that do it. Doug Outdoors, Joe Robinet, TA Outdoors in the UK with Mike Pullen. I've always been a big fan of Ray Mears. I went to see him do a talk a few years ago with my brother actually in Colchester and got to meet him. So, you know, I'm kind of interested. I came across a guy the other day called Zach Fowler. He won in the US Series 3 of Alone, and I found his channel completely by accident. I absolutely love him. Brilliant. I mean, the guy is amazing. Brilliant, clever, quirky. a little bit zany, but the way he puts things across and does stuff, if you're even slightly into that kind of stuff, go and check him out. Go and check out his channel. I've been watching loads of his stuff now, just trying to kind of catch up on everything that's on his channel. I like his outlook on life and his outlook on everything. It's refreshing and different, and I've sent him a message, because what I like is how we do live in a very cynical, negative world. We do live in a world where it's all about pranks and nonsense and humiliating people and embarrassing people, and you know, I've always tried to on my channel when I do my videos. I know mine's a gaming channel. It's not bushcraft and it's not. There's no face reveals and that kind of stuff. You don't see me. I'm not doing anything in particular other than playing a game. But I try not to swear. I try to keep it clean. I'm still baffled that I'm getting clobbered by YouTube every other video I put up for content not being suitable for most advertisers. I still don't understand why that is. I still don't understand why, if it's a learning algorithm, it still hasn't learnt. Anyway, his outlook is brilliant. I know it sounds almost patronising, but it's almost childlike, and I think that's what a lot of adults miss, is looking at things with fresh eyes, looking at things and seeing them for how cool and how awesome and how fantastic and wonderful they are. Plus, he's brilliant. I mean, his problem-solving ability. He survived on alone 87 days in Patagonia on his own. He built the most amazing shelter. I mean, the things he can do, building traps. He built a little dock so he could go out of fishing equipment. I mean, the guy's incredible. Honestly, if you're even slightly into that kind of thing, I urge you, go over, check out his channel, check out his website. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, it's well worth a look. Anyway, I've now got to decide what to do. I have a kind of idea in my head. I think I might start on my AgroForestry field thing. I know I can't plant anything yet, and this is where my next slight problem is. If I go into the seasons menu, if I look now, I'm on summer 2, where the red line is. I can't now plant wheat or barley, because I thought I'll plant some more, something like that, so it will help me with the bale situation. Problem is, it's not going to work, because I can't plant them now. I can't plant anything now apart from oilseed radish, poplars, which I've just done, or grass, which is already in the fields anyway. I can wait till autumn 1 and then plant some wheat and barley, but then it won't be ready to harvest, I wouldn't have thought, by autumn 3. So yeah, a bit of a dilemma. So I don't know whether to just prep the ground for kind of next year. I don't know. It's one of those kind of what do you do situations. I do need to use this page more. The economy and I mean the calendar I do tend to look at every now and again. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do for the best. I don't want to skip through every kind of part of the season, but I just think I'm trying to work out what to do. I did say about maybe buying another field. I would just do a load of forestry and make my own field, but the problem is doing that. I would like to be able to do the forestry and make a bit of money doing it, because the price of lumber is so low this time of year, I would hardly be making anything. So, 'tis a dilemma. Let's pop that up there. Okay, so, check on the situation with the sheep. Little bit of mess, still producing wool. I've only got 24, so it's going to be quite slow. The bunker silo is fermenting. Let's have a check on that, see how that's going. Wow, I thought the fermenting cycle took a lot longer. I could have sworn it was supposed to take, because you're running seasons, it's supposed to take quite a while. I finished this yesterday, or say yesterday, day 1 of midsummer. Oh, mind you, I suppose because I've got it on 3 days, it's taking summer, which would normally be 2 or 3 months, and condensing it down to 3 days. I'm trying to get my head around the mod still. So between yesterday about 3 o'clock when I finished and this morning, it's fermented 61%. But I suppose technically that's about 10 days. No, not 10 days, a month, isn't it? Yeah, about a month. If you were looking at the summer as being 3 months. So, yeah, okay, fair enough, that kind of makes sense. 61%, okay. It's funny, I know I keep saying it, how you have to rethink everything, how your mind has to rework things and get your head around the seasons mod. There's a lot going on. Right, so what I was going to do then, now I could use the Jimper plough, but that's quite wide. I was going to use the JCB with the Raybold Xylor and use it as a plough. Plough a strip that's only just about 3 metres wide. Then I can lease a small cultivator, lease a small seeder for next to nothing. I mean, relatively peanuts. I could just cut down a couple of trees and pay for the leasing costs, and then do like a 3 metre strip around the woodland for whatever crop I want to do. Or just buy another field. Bear with me. I'm going to check at some of the field prices. Maybe find one that's got a crop in that I'm interested in. Yep, we'll see. Okay, right. I've jumped over to field 36. It's quite a small field. It's up the top of the map. That's interesting. It's given me a weight, but you can't use it on this tractor. How odd is that? Okay. I'm making a meal of this. There we go. Right. And the field price on this isn't too high, so I'll do a bit of a job for someone, get the price down a little bit. If I buy this field, it's another wheat field. It's not very big, but it doesn't matter, does it? It'll give me some more straw swaths for baling towards my 100 bales, plus it gives me another field, so why not indeed? Note to self, whilst spraying, don't leap off the tractor. Should get this done. Doesn't matter about time anymore, and obviously the amount you get isn't a huge amount, but it all helps. Nice. Okay. Let's buy it. I now own field 36. Now, I'm at the top end of the map. There's another little farm just over... Why didn't I just turn that way? It would have been easier. Just over that rise there, there's the little barn. It's a nice old little red barn. I showed it on the first look. So I've now got 36. Looking directly forward, I think it's across here somewhere on my fields. Is it 25 and 26? I haven't really been up this end of the map yet. So this is now mine. I'm sure this is one that will need ploughing after I've done the harvest on it, of course. But it's probably going to need spraying again at some point. Let me just check in here. So, field 36, yeah, 25 and 26 are up here as well. You know what, I might come up here. 25, it's quite small actually. Probably not a lot I can do with that. 26, I suppose I could plough out 26 and use that. So yeah, I'm up here, 36. And yeah, this other little farm's just here, with all sorts of hidden secrets, I would imagine. What are we looking at? Growth. 36 is growing very nicely. Soil composition, let's just drop that off. Yes, that's going to need some more spraying. I'm only going to get one more out of that, aren't I? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, and then once I've harvested that, will need ploughing. But I do now own another field. It hasn't cost me that much actually. I'm wondering what the fields next door are worth. Because when I've done them, I could plough them together and give myself a bigger field. Sunflowers? I don't think I've got a sunflower field. Let's see what a sunflower field's going for. If that was 45 grand, it's not going to be too much. And I'm thinking it's an investment in my future. Actually, this one seems a bit bigger, doesn't it? Quite a bit bigger. Well, I'm going to look at about 100,000. What do you reckon? Should we say 100? 68? I've gone mad. I'm going on a spending spree. Let's do the job on it as well. See if we can get the price down a little bit more. Nice little drop nose Massey. Get filled with sunflowers. So with each of the different fertilisers, whether it's a sprayer or a spreader, you use so many different ones when you play the game. Over different Let's Plays, you forget the width of different ones. So you kind of go wider and think, yeah, I'll get wider and wider, and then realise you're missing great big strips. This one's quite a narrow one, so make sure I don't miss anything. But again, I've got plenty of time. I could probably do with, mind you, I've got that big fertiliser. I think because I've gone with more on this map, doing lots of lumber, big machinery, get it done straight away. I wanted to use some of the horse pack, and I was trying to kind of shy away from using smaller machinery because I've done it a few times, and the golden days of farming was all small old tractors, and I was trying to avoid it. But I really do like a little tractor. Just something to do the fertilising and a few jobs around the yard, that kind of stuff. Maybe pull in a small trailer, doing a bit of animal work, that kind of thing. I think they're brilliant. I've realised I'm talking quite a lot on this episode. I don't know why. It's just very chatty. Okay. I don't know how much it will have come down in price. 66,000. So I made a bit of money and it dropped the price by a little bit. So, oh, just realised how rapidly my money is dropping. 393,000. It wasn't long ago. I was on, what was it, like 2 million or something. Scary times. Okay, well, 2 fields bought. Wow, 36 and 37. So at the end of the season, when these are harvested, I can plough these 2 together and give myself a slightly bigger field up this end of the map. Very nice indeed. Now I've got a bit of a walk back. I would normally be cutting this out. I normally do the start of my walks and then kind of stop, and you just see the blend, the seamless blend into the next bit when I get there. But I think I might just have a bit of a wander. I really am enjoying this map. I say that with every map I do, and generally speaking I do. I honestly haven't come across many maps I don't like. I've got a bit of a reputation apparently for shying away from the bigger American maps, the big wide open like American Outback, Mustang Valley, those kind of things. And I did leave a comment to someone a while back now saying, whilst they're not my cup of tea, I do like them, and if I was playing on my own, I would happily, absolutely happily do them. Big machinery, get going on the fields, but what I have found is when you're doing a let's play, when you're doing massive fields like that, it can take an entire episode just to cultivate one of the fields. You can't get multiple jobs done, and I think for a viewer that can get a little bit boring. I don't know. That's probably why I have kind of shied away from doing the bigger American maps. The ford is just up there, isn't it? I'm just thinking I could just, oh no, I'll say wade. That looks a little bit too deep. Oh no, I didn't realise there was a side one as well. I'm gonna have to get my feet wet. This isn't as deep actually. Cool, right. But yeah, as I was saying, I really do like most of the maps. Most of the maps I've seen, most of the maps I've done first looks on, I really like. They're all incredibly good in their own way. And the map makers do an incredible job. I mean, the realism of them is just awesome. It's not often you take the time to just wander. I know on the west coast, having those footpaths, the temptation just to do an episode, just walking around the map. Why not? You don't get to see. I tend to find as well. I get I'm feeling very self-reflective today. I don't know why. Isn't it weird? You kind of play the game. You get in the tractors. You kind of bang up and down the fields, and you're preparing crops and planting and doing all the things you need to do. And you're kind of zooming in and zooming out, and some in cab and some not. And I think sometimes you just don't stop or take the time to really take in. Everyone's talking about FS19, what's coming up, what's going to be new, what's going to be better, what, you know, and everyone's all about what's coming next, what's the next big thing, what's going to be, you know. And realistically, there is nothing wrong with what we got. I know people are quick to complain and say they want more and bigger and better and smarter and neater and blah blah blah, but every evolution of this game has been better and better. Anyway, enough of me ranting and putting the world to rights and that kind of stuff. I'm nearly back. You can see my silo. Field's growing nicely. I was worried I'd have issues and that crops wouldn't grow and I'd get it wrong, and you know, but it's all working out actually rather well. Five whole litres. I think I probably am going to change this bucket. It really is just way too big for doing this, but then it could come in handy for doing other jobs later on. I don't know. Right, I said I was going to do it. Oh, that was a weird zoom in and zoom out. Extreme close up. Anyway, AgroForestry. Let's get the... That's weird, the plough was already out. I didn't mean to do that. Plough's out. Turn it on. Now, this is only just over 3 metres wide. I need to find a route that's not going to be too steep, too much of a mess. I'm not trying to work out where best to start. I suppose here is going to place an alley. And then I'm going to weave my way round. So let's drop this down. And to allow create fields, there we go. That was L1 and triangle I just pressed. So as I drive forward now, let's lift up just a little bit, I think. There we go. That will now cut through, giving me a 3 metre wide strip. And I know it sounds ridiculous, and it probably is a little bit ridiculous, but if I try and find myself a nice route, which is going to go across here, never mind. It's all in the name of agriculture. Now, just thinking, am I going to be able to get harvester headers through these gaps? I hope so. Don't go off into my track, so let's spin this around very slowly. So I'm creating a field, a very long, narrow, winding field. It's peculiar. But it might just work, who knows? It's very odd. The more I'm cutting, I'm thinking, what am I doing? It's going to be interesting to see the result, and me battling with different bits of machinery to get them through the trees, but you know, someone did suggest that I should cut the grass first, do a strip and work out a route, and then go along. I thought, well, you know, just go for it. I've probably come way too close to the top there actually, but never mind. That did not like that one bit for some reason. Too tight. Too tight. How utterly weird is this? Right. I think I have lost my mind, but never mind. I'm sure this video is going to be one of the ones that gets the most dislikes, but yep, come too close there, and too tight there. Now at some point this is going to go over itself, I would imagine, because I've got to get back to the start at some point. So I'm going to end up with a kind of figure eight, I suppose. This silo is brilliant. idea. Well, it could be why it didn't like that. That hill's quite steep. Where do I go now? Follow the track. Sorry, Blacksheep modding, I'm destroying your lovely track you put into the woodland. Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going. I wonder how much it will work out at kind of hectare wise. Follow the clock across the ridge here, so I'm not going too steep down one side or the other. Right, so I'm going to continue on my merry way and see where I end up. So the route around the woods is complete. One part of it obviously comes in or out there, I can't remember now, and one bit here, and it goes off that way and off that way. There were a couple of zones, a couple of places where you had these bare patches, kind of open clearings, so it kind of made sense to me to clear them. So along my agroforestry route around the woodland there are two locations which are now being ploughed out as fields within that kind of agroforestry network. So when you get round to that part with your seeder, cultivator, harvester, whatever it might be, you do this little field and you move on to the next one by following the route. It kind of works, and because this little beast is doing a great job, there were a couple of trees I had to get rid of only because they were right on the edge of the clearing bit, and it was hard to get a square or rectangular field, so I thought I'd just remove them. Just down there is where the wood chipper is, so I did them with the Scorpion King. Mine went blank for a minute there. So that's it for this episode. Been a bit busy, a few things to do. Next episode I think I might get a bit of cultivating done on this. I might even put a cover crop in on all of this for the time being, because I can't put anything else in, and I might as well use that as a fertiliser state. So rather than waste the time, because I can put a cover crop in any time, all of this agroforestry route in the two fields I've cleared, get some oilseed radish in, I think is probably the next step. The trouble with this bit of machinery, this is too easy to do, isn't it? You start thinking, well, I'll just do this area, and then you get to another bit and think, yeah, I'll just do this bit, and it'll take me a few minutes to clear it. So anyway, that's the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.